Hey there, this is Dr. Falcon, and today I'm going to show you how I shave with an Arko shaving stick. Now, the Arko shaving stick is a tallow-based soap. It's really soft. It's typically applied directly to the face, and it's this white soap that's in this container. This is a twist-up container that's available at West Coast Shaving. It's extremely inexpensive, and in my opinion, it makes shaving with Arko even more pleasurable. If you don't have one of these shaving stick holders, these twist-up containers, you wind up getting the soap all over your hands, or the wrapper that goes around the Arko gets soft from the water and gets all messy. It's a big pain in the ass. So I highly recommend West Coast Shaving and their twist-up containers that they make. So what I'm going to do today is show you how I use the Arko shaving stick. It's super easy to use, but if you're used to foam in a can or shaving gel that comes in a can, or even making shaving soap in a cup or a scuttle, then it might be foreign to you applying this soap directly to your face. So I'm going to re-wet my face. I wet it before the program, but it's starting to dry out. So I'm going to re-wet my face, and obviously I've not come out of the shower because there's no steam in here. But typically I apply the shaving stick while my face is still damp from my shower and my face is already kind of warm and wet. So I'm going to reapply some water, and then we'll get down to business. Alright, so what I recommend is that you have your Arko shaving stick. I also recommend a rather stiff bristle brush. This is the infamous number 6 brush from bestshave.net. I used one that was in a Vanderhagen kit, which is pretty good. This is a little bit stiffer, and it's a little bit more helpful for getting a lather on your face. I also have a bowl with water in it in case I need to reapply water to the brush to make the soap a little bit more wet. So what you do here is just lightly but firmly apply the Arko shaving stick to your throat and your face. I typically don't do underneath my nose. It's a little bit hard, and you don't really need to. You're going to get a shit ton of lather this way. Alright, so just like a little film here on your face. Now typically I take my shaving brush and I soak it under the faucet, but for the purpose of this video I'm going to use my water cup here. And then I shake it twice. 1, 2. So this leaves the brush fairly wet, and you're going to make a mess. Then lightly, not vigorously at first, lightly make circles on your chin, your cheek, your throat, and you'll see that the Arko is already starting to lather up and drop on my floor. That's awesome. Now, once I feel that there's a fair amount of lather on my face and on the brush, it's hard to tell. Normally I just look in the mirror as well. I go ahead and I dip the end of the brush into my shaving cup here. And that adds more water for even more lather. Once I start getting a decent lather, I become a little more vigorous with my brush. And if you're really saucy, you can add even a little bit more water. Not too much water. I find that one pass with the Arko stick is good for 3 passes with the blade. So it's with the grain, against the grain, and then across the grain. Alright, once I feel like I have a good amount of lather, just to show you, this is what my brush looks like. I apply a little bit here. It's really weird doing this in the camera as opposed to the mirror. And then I brush against the grain on my face, and then on my throat, and against the grain on the bottom of my throat. It's actually down. Your mileage may vary. Alright, then, let's see, this side, down a little bit more. Then I hang the brush upside down in my brush and blade holder. If you have a scuttle or a soap dish that you use to make lather, you can just put the brush in there. The idea is that you want to save all this lather. Particularly after the first shave, this is certainly enough to do a second shave, and depending on your preferences, you might actually do a third shave with it. So, again, it's kind of hard to tell looking in the camera here, but it should be a really rich lather that's super easy. You don't have to worry about being super precise like you may with a traditional shaving soap. and it might give you a feeling very similar to foamy or something used to coming out of a can, which really is not as lubricating as it appears. A lot of those can-based products have a lot of alcohol and propellants that make it look really foamy, but they're not great for you. So try Arko. Palmolive also makes a shave stick, which I have not tried. I think it's also tallow-based, so it should perform about the same. I just like Arko because it's cheap and it smells like industrial ivory soap. I did a review of Arko and of the West Coast Shaving Twist-Up Container. You can read that on my blog at journal.drfalcon.com. I know this is pretty simple, but just a couple tips on using Arko on your face or any other shaving stick. If you liked this video and you found it helpful, please subscribe and watch my other videos. Thanks for watching and enjoy your shave.